Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Brandy Shanae, and today I'm going to be doing my August wrap-up. It is August the 30th, so I should start doing my wrap-up pretty much because I'm pretty much done with all the books that I planned on reading this month. So the first book that I finished was Finding Yvonne. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. It is about a girl named Yvonne who pretty much wants to be or likes to do the violin, but she's trying to figure out who she is as a person. She doesn't know if she should do, keep mastering her craft as being a violinist and going to a certain school, or if she should be a chef. She doesn't really know what she wants to do, if it should have something to do with music or not, because her dad owns his own chef. Her dad is a chef who owns his own restaurant, and so she's trying to find herself. And I really like this because everyone's trying to find themselves, and I think this is a really fantastic book. She also ends up getting pregnant, but I'm not going to say much because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But yeah, I definitely love this. It was a 5 out of 5 stars, and it was just a fantastic read. This actually came out in the beginning of August, and I finished it in August because it was so good. And this is by Brandy Colbert. You should check her out because Brandy Colbert also had written Little Lion and also Point. I haven't read either of those books, but I plan on doing so because this was a great read, and she has my name, or I have her name, which is also great too. So yeah, but I definitely love this book. It was awesome. 5 out of 5 stars, you guys. Next book I finished this month was Heretics Anonymous, which is by Katie Henry. And this was also a great book. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. It was not a disappointment. It was about the main character, Michael, who is an atheist, and he goes to an all-Catholic school, but he intends to go with this, joins this group called Heretics Anonymous, who in this group you have a Jewish person that is gay. You also have a person that believes in multiple gods, mostly Greek gods. Then you also have another one who is Catholic as well, and many more other religions. And I find this very just great because they also in this book, when they're in school, they pretty much play devil's advocate. They basically ask questions like, how is this, but you believe in this? And I was like, that's great, because when you ask questions, you get answers, and sometimes you won't get answers because people don't know either. They have all these religions, but then when someone gives them an interesting and great question, they can't answer it, because sometimes religion has a contradictory in anything. But this also brings about how with religion, any type of religion, we are all connected in some way, regardless if you're Buddhist or if you're Christian, Catholic, whatever, or Jewish, so have you. We're all connected in some shape or form. So this was a great book, a 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm glad I read it. Emma Books, she was right on about this book. Awesome, and I recommend this to anybody. And the cover is great as well. So definitely check this book out, anybody that's interested in reading it. And if you have already read it, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments. The next books that I had finished was my first ARC that I have ever gotten, and it was Sadie. This book was amazing. It was slow at times. I had to put it down a couple times to finish it, but this was a really fantastic book about a girl named Sadie trying to find the person that killed her sister, her younger sister. And it pretty much has a podcast, which I believe his name was, let me look. His name was Wes McCrae, who did a podcast, and pretty much he's trying to investigate about the murder, and also where Sadie is, because Sadie goes up missing based on the fact that she was looking for her younger sister's murder. And pretty much Wes McCrae is pretty much investigating, and then you go into Sadie's point of view pretty much prior to Wes McCrae's more investigation of Sadie's disappearance. So I think this was pretty good. This is not out yet. This will be out in September the 4th. So I'm glad I finished it. That way I can let you know this was a fantastic read. It's a thriller. There's a lot of things, deals with a lot of child neglect as well. So like a trigger warning, and there are attempts of some characters in here that are being raped and neglected and so forth. So there's a trigger warning, please, people. But I really enjoyed this book. Definitely a thriller. I recommend it, especially to parents as well, because you have Sadie, since she was neglected by her mother, and that's why she produces a stutter, because her mother never helped her develop her to speak better and so forth. So that happens. So yes, but amazing book. I recommend this to anybody. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. So please definitely check this out when it comes out, you guys. Amazing. You don't want to miss out. Next book that I had read was A Torture Gets Night by Sabat Tahir. I did this in my buddy read, or read this during my buddy read. It is fantastic. Elias and Laya are just amazing. The Commandant is interesting, and Helene is interesting, which in the next book, she's called the Shrike instead of Helene. So I think that was interesting. But a 5 out of 5 stars, you guys. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just started this series, but I'm glad that I am reading it because it's amazing. Sabat Tahir's writing is fantastic, especially when it goes back and forth from each character in the book. First you'll get Laya, then Elias, then you'll get Helene, you'll get the Commandant. It's just great, and it just keeps, it's like definitely a page turner, you guys. But yes, a 5 out of 5 stars. I definitely would check this out if you haven't, people. You don't know what you're missing, but great book. Oh, love it. Then the book that I'm reading right now that I'll be finishing up probably tomorrow is Grace and Fury, which I got in the August Owl Crate book box, Ruthless Royals. I'm loving it so far. Nomi reminds me of myself because my sister Serena, which her sister's name is Serena. With my sister, my sister always loved the spotlight, so all the eyes were on her. And me, I was a person like to be behind the scenes. I didn't want to be noticed. I wanted to be invisible. And so this I think I'm connecting more to Nomi than Serena, which are the two main characters. So I definitely love this book. It's about pretty much women in this book do not have any rights. They're not, it's against the law for women to learn to read. Pretty much what women do in this book, pretty much they're only allowed to do is pretty much find a husband, get married, you know, have kids. And with this you have Nomi and Serena. And Serena is trained her whole life to be Grace, to the heir that pretty much is the person that will give her children, and she will be royalty pretty much. But instead of the heir picking Serena, they picked Nomi, and Nomi was supposed to be her handmaiden. And I think the heir found something fascinating about Nomi instead of Serena, and so that was amazing. But then, with that being said, Nomi was taught how to read by her brother, but no one knows that except Serena and their brother Renzo. And so when Nomi is picked to be a Grace, her and her sister was discovered having a book that Renzo taught Nomi during her childhood, and that's why she had stole it from the royal library. And so Serena took up for her, and so Serena is now in prison. And so now you have Nomi trying to figure out where she is and seeing, and you know, it's just crazy because Nomi wasn't taught to be a Grace, to just please everybody, do what you're supposed to do. Nomi was more like a rebel. And so she's in this palace trying to figure out, how am I supposed to do this? I don't know nothing about doing curtsies and all this extravagant stuff, and I don't have my sister now because of what I have done. But that's how much far I have gotten into the book. I'm on page 100 right now, but it's a great book so far. I really love this book. If you haven't read this, definitely read it. It's definitely amazing. Hopefully I didn't spoil too much for you. I just gave you a gist of what it's about. So yeah, but that was my wrap up of what I read. Of course, you have my Booktubeathon wrap up, which was also in August, but I'm not going to include those books because I did a wrap up already of those books. But yeah, so these were great books this month. I'm glad that I got a chance to read them. They were amazing, and I would definitely recommend all these books to everyone because they were not boring. They were definitely page turners, and this one is still a page turner that I'm still reading. But yes, but you guys, if you have read these books, please let me know. If you haven't read them, please check them out because I really enjoyed them. Also leave me a comment down below what you thought of this video. Also give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and also hit that bell so you get notifications when I put up another video. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. See ya!